Son de Z. Son de Z.
So that's why. Hi, let's start this over again. Hi, I'm Saku. This is Bone Masher, Skirt Reynolds, and Rebobson. We are here to introduce all the team reveals. Thank you for making me turn on the microphone. End rant. Perfect. Does this work?
And it was such a good introduction as well.
It was.
You guys really missed out, you know. Laughs were had, lives were changed.
We'll just do a quick rap. So we'll do a quick rap. Skirt said skirt, 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 skirt.
So
for all the viewers that missed out.
Yeah.
Skirt, 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 skirt.
Yeah. While Bone Masher is putting some shrimps on the Barbie. You know, atypical.
And I just said bollocks.
Yeah, there.
Pretty
bollocks.
much. Pretty much that was it.
Chips and crisps. There we go.
What,
and all I say is A all day. A.
Hey.
A.
Well, no, that's completely different.
That's Canadian. Yeah. So, all right. So for those that didn't hear me because I didn't yell loud enough through my muted microphone, so Hero Series is going to have 2 conferences with 12 teams, teal and purple. We're going to be doing Wheel of Doom after we announce all the teams. The cards themselves are going to have PR that is illegal currently, but because I didn't get the right stats right away, so Bone Masher filled in some blanks. Then we're going to move on to Legacy Series, which has 20 teams, and they're going to have 4 conferences this season. So we're going to have your standard red, gold, silver, and now color blue. So after we rumble through that, then the Wheel of Doom is going to decide which conference is free. And then our established panel here is going to quickly pick their top 5 for each of the series to close it out. So hopefully it'll be roughly about an hour and a little bit of time. So appreciate everybody joining us. So enough of my mumbling. We will get on to the Hero Series. So opening up is going to be Ribobson announcing the first Hero team.
Yes. So we're just discussing that we're somewhat disappointed. This is in fact a Twilight reference. We got Team Edward replaced, who are apparently something of a replacement for the Unknown. Obviously no Deshamo, 2-star Mako taking over the captaincy. And we've got Chewie in the 1 seed, Yoxter in the 2, MPV in the 3, Balsafix in the 4, and 2-star Mako in the 5. So it's only 1 player different to what was the Unknown last time around, which was just obviously MPV stepping up for Deshamo. But you know, it's a big change of branding more than anything. Like, Twilight is very much the opposite of being unknown. Anyone born in the past 20 years very much knows what Twilight is. So, interested to know what the thoughts are here. PR, to answer the question, is not illegal. We have actual PRs this time around. Saku's just not entirely changed the whole layout from yesterday. But you can see just there, PR 1765. Pretty solid team. Just good stuff all the way 1 to 5, though. No one that you kind of go, oh, that's absurdly broken, but no one you go, oh, they suck either.
Yeah. Except for Mako. Mako is broken anyway. So.
That is true. Mako in a 5 is pretty unfair, but, you know, Hero is kind of at the point now where it's so unfair all around that it's kind of evened out.
Agreed.
It's just a broken series.
All right. You ready for Skirt? For the next one?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right, so second team here, we have Dad Legend, returning team as always. Coming back with their returning captain, Yellow Dart, as well. So they have 3 players that are coming back, but we'll start with the 1 seed. It's Icicles coming in to replace Rice Bowl in the 1. And then we have Desharmo moving over from the Unknown and taking CBAC 1's spot in the 2. And we have Starlax returning in the 3, Yellow Dart returning in the 4, and Ryzen returning in the 5. So they're getting a nice little PR boost up from 1628 from last season up to 1796 to this season. So it's a pretty significant boost. We'll see how that fares for them, but that's looking pretty good for their team so far. That's a nice little boost, about 170-ish PR.
Do you think Deshamo left because he just really doesn't like Twilight?
I think that could be it.
There's a high chance.
He just wants to hang out with the dads.
Working on the dad bod.
Oh, true.
I've been working on my dad bod since I was 18.
Nice.
Still don't have any kids yet.
Oh, you could join Dad Legend next season.
One day. I don't think Yellow Dart would let me.
F2L dads. That's what it's going to be. So.
I'm sure we've got plenty of dads knocking about.
Yeah. All right, Bone Masher, you ready to go for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Who have I got? Oh, alrighty. So we've got next team, another Pit of Misery. These players look quite familiar because I was captaining most of these guys last season. Geronian Battle's taken over as captain from me. Still playing at APM. German Shep returning in the 1. Wild 9 is in the 2, replacing J-Rich. Geronian Battle in the 3. Kanu is replacing me in the 4. And Laughing Frog in the 5. So yeah, we're a little bit over PR last season. A couple of guys got cut, but I think the players that are getting in pretty good. Wild 9 in the 2 is always a good addition. Still having German Shep in the 1, Geranium in the 3, Laughing Frog in the 5. And Canoe should be able to hold his own in the 4 as well. I think this looks like a pretty strong team again for the runners-up from last season.
Yeah, I don't think that Bone Masher guy is going to be much of a loss.
No, just dead weight. Dead weight.
Pretty overrated.
Washed up.
Washed. Oh my goodness.
I didn't mean it.
All right, are you ready for the next team?
Yeah.
Bob.
Right. So we got an actual new team. These don't happen in Hero very often anymore. Apparently, nice little pic. I like how their logo is literally just a picture of worlds.
Yep.
And that's it. They couldn't even bother to put some text on there. Now that is the Donde content that we love.
The Dante.
And the irony of it being called Hearthstone related content is not lost on anyone. This is the level of effort that Donde puts into all aspects of his life. Though the captain is not Donde, it is Ron Mexico, who is playing in the 2 seed, Lotus Knight in the... Well, here I've got Lotus Knight as the 1, Ron Mexico is the 2. I can't be bothered to go and check which of them has the higher internal PR, as they are both at 550, so
yeah.
We'll see what that turns out to be. Donde in the 3, the Rotted Zombie in the 4, and Vampy in the 5. So 3 players who did not play in Hero last season. I'm obviously very familiar with the Rotted Zombie. Played on F2L White with me in Legacy. Very good player. And obviously won Wild several times with F2L Viridian. Lotus Knight, we all know, is amazing, as well as like THL content's second nicest man after Saku. But you know, the real issues with this team come from the 3 seed. You know, Donde's going to have to start winning some games. If he can, this team's going to be very good. Though I will admit that I do not really know anything about Vampy. Do any of you guys?
No.
Nope.
Anybody in chat can give us some Vampy? Oh, brand new. So new to THL. So welcome to the THL Vampy.
Welcome, Vampy. You're going to have to carry Donde pretty hard.
There'd be a fight for the 5 seed. So.
Remember when Donde was 550?
Once upon a time.
It was like 2 seasons ago.
Tanking. Anyway. All right, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Yeah. All right. So next we have No Pros here, as always. So they are, of course, a returning team with Skittles returning as the captain. But for this season, Skittles is dropping off the roster and captaining only. But so for the 1 seed, we have PWE returning. The 2 seed is your mom kid returning. And then 3 seed is my boy Diamond replacing Skittles. I do have to say I am glad that Diamond's in the 3 seed. I I really don't like playing against him. It's really difficult, and I lose a lot. So I'm very thankful to see him not anywhere near my seed. And going into the 4 seed, we have Hustle replacing Bassoon Buffoon, and then holding down the 5 seed is our boy Saku.
Yeah.
Saku, say hi to the chat, people.
Oui, bonjour. Je m'appelle Saku. There.
Oh, that's our boy holding down the 5. So this team, I think, right off the bat looks very, very strong in my opinion. We have a slight little PR boost up to 1776. Shout out 4th of July from 1722. Personally, I don't know much about Hustle, so I don't know how they compare to Bassoon Buffoon. But overall, the team looks, I think it looks very, very strong. Everyone's a legit good competitor in their seed. So I will just say right off the bat, this team looks up pretty high up there for me.
They are very good. The only thing I can say about Hustle versus Bassoon Buffoon, not familiar with Hustle, but their name is a lot less fun to say.
Yeah. Yeah, Hustle's new to THL.
Bassoon Buffoon
so.
is my favorite name of anyone in THL.
It's definitely catchy.
Yeah, this team is. I mean, MBH is also is always quite scary.
Mhm.
You know, PWE, Humancat, Diamond, they're all very strong. And Saku is
I'm there.
your boy.
I'm filling in the 50 spot, so that's all. It's good. So. All right, Bone Masher, next one up.
Alrighty, we've got the other APM team. Landed with the other team as well. Abducting Players Minions, led by KSW. They're running back the exact same roster as last season. Genji in the 1, Venus Bimoni in the 2, Lancelot in the 3, JR Juggalo in the 4, and Wyfair in the 5. Last season they narrowly missed playoffs. I think they were the next team in if there was another team. So they'll be hoping to emulate their runners-up, at least runners-up performance from the season prior. So yeah, no changes. I think it's the only team that we've got coming back with no changes. So, but yeah, Banner is obviously the rogue card. That's the secret that stuffs the meat in the bag. So
Nobody knows what that card is called. They just know it as the sack.
I don't know. It's the sack. That's what we call Saku, isn't it? The sack.
The dirty sack.
Is
Yeah.
that the dirty sack?
Dirty
Oh,
sack.
So this is what
fan of the dirty sack.
we're just calling this team the dirty sack now.
There you go.
Get in the sack.
I don't know what's
Yeah,
under. Go ahead.
solid team. You know, it's just going to be, do you get the Genji from last season or the season before? Was it Genji who had the most ridiculous season the prior, or he went like 9-0? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I wasn't Genji. I think he sort of went like 6-2 or something.
Oh, yeah. 6-2.
I think he
2-5.
started 6. I think he started 6-0.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, he's had two very different seasons. So hopefully for this team they can get the first season, because you know if so, the rest of the team is very solid. JR in the 4 is. I had to check that was correct. No, that seems unfair. Someone's going to play against him and just be very confused by it. APM, always solid teams, and Stolo, Bone Masher in sight. Where could he be?
Yeah, I just couldn't make the cut this season. Couldn't get in.
You just got dropped from both of them.
My goodness. Is there an acronym?
That's my worst nightmare.
There you go. Sorry, Captain, you got to go. So, all right.
Mutiny.
Rebob, the next one.
Let's go to Clown Town. The whole clown thing is, I think it's just steadily becoming
That's his brand now.
the fourth unofficial brand of THL.
Yep.
With Neji having left me behind, he's gone on to bigger and better things. I love the logo. Carrying Neji Boston as a team. That was F2L Black 2 seasons ago, that's for sure. So we've got Neji in the 1, Nails in the 2. Ridiculous Hat has also left F2L Black for Neji's team. He's just steadily stealing away in the 3. Rice Criction in the 4 and Righteous Jammies in the 5. 2 players who haven't played a season of Hero prior. Got some experience of Righteous Jammies. He's subbed for me before and pretty impressed. I got a feeling he's going to go on to some pretty good things once he gets a bit of a collection together, though I don't really know anything about Rice Criction. So if anyone does, let us know some fun Rice facts. But obviously the top 3 of this team is stupid.
Oh.
F2L Black was disgustingly over PR after the end of last season, and so, a cut had to go somewhere. Unfortunately, it did have to be Hat, because Hat in the 3 seed is stupid. And it's still stupid here.
Yeah, I gotta say, Rags, looking at this team, it's pretty cracked. But I will say for Clown Town truthers out there, if the last 2 seasons are anything to go off of, Neji just had a good season, so it stands to reason with the season before that. Clearly, he's gonna end.
Oh, obviously.
So be warned.
Apparently, Rice Criction is Neji's Tespa teammate. So
That could be trouble.
Oh no.
could be a similar situation to Scrub Slayer on F2 Obsidian last season.
Unknown
pretty
Tesla
good.
teammates are always cracked.
Yeah, I don't know how these Tespa teammates always come in with such low PRs. I feel like something's rigged here.
Maybe it's Neji influence. So
Maybe they're the ones who were carrying Neji through Tespa.
see, there's the theory. There we go. All right, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Yes, sir. All right, so next team we have F12 Black returning. So our boy Rebob coming back as the captain and the 1 seed. In the 2, we have Tachi coming back. And 3 seed is just been replacing Arhat, who moved over to Clown Town. One thing I gotta say about this is this is a great pickup, I think, for F12 Black.
Jespin did play for us last season. It's just he was in the 4 seed, which was even funnier.
Oh my god, right. I had that written down. I actually just completely forgot. Yeah, right, because I played him in playoffs last season. Jespin is a very, very tough opponent, especially in the 4. So I think it's very fitting that he's moving up to the 3. And I think this team's going to have absolutely no problems with him slotting up a seed. I think he's absolutely going to feel at home there in the 3. So in the 4 seed, we have our boy Bone Masher coming in, taking Jespin's spot in the 4 over from APM. And then 5 seed is Totino's Pizza returning to the 5. So this team had to shed a somewhat decent amount of PR from last season. And I am pretty impressed at the way they did that. Overall, I think even with having to drop down a decent amount of PR, they're still looking like a very, very strong team. This is not a team that I would look forward to being in a conference with. That's what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to another season of make playoffs and then lose.
Yeah,
my
I've been doing that too.
my like the one thing I'm looking forward to the least is the point where I inevitably can no longer just put Totino's Pizza as my 5 seed in every series. Because his PR keeps slowly going up. And it's making it harder and harder to just put these teams together.
You're gonna have to find a new cheating 5 seed to slot in there when he moves up to the 4.
I think he's been my 5 seed in like every series for like 3 seasons now.
There's
That's in
something
Legacy and Hero.
Something to look forward to, the Rebobson, is that Dondi will eventually get to the 50 zone or the 5 seed, so you might want to think about picking
Dundee. I know you're listening. I know you're speed running to the 5 seed. There's a spot for you and have to go back when you get sub 100.
You get sub
So
you get 99, you're good. We're good.
Yeah, then Totino's can go up to the 4.
All right. So
I wasn't going to be playing. I wasn't going to be playing Hero season series this season. I'd step back to let Geranium take over, and I was actually going to take just sort of drop back to captaining 3 teams until Rebob advertised a spot available. It's pretty much matched my PR, and I thought, well, when am I ever going to get to play with Rebob? So yeah, that's why I'm there. So we can win a title.
Yep. Bone Masher can finally win a title. If Bone Masher wins the title and it's not with APM,
discussions
that would make me very happy.
Create an esports team. Don't win anything for a year. Switch to a rival team and win a title there.
Win everything. Yep.
We'll see. We'll try. We'll try. I'll see if we can do it, Rebo. You and me.
If you can help me break the curse.
There you go.
Though now we've just put 2 cursed players in the same team, so we are absolutely fucked.
Well, doesn't 2 negatives turn into a positive, correct?
That is math.
So there we go. Next team, Bone Masher.
All right, so we've got the other F2L team. Some would say the better one. Aquaman in the 1. Nice Jewish Al in the 2. In the 3, we have Dr. BOMD. And then in the 4, 2 Fly, Fish to Lake coming in there. And Sharkbait is in the 5. So from last season, Scrub Slayer and Dr. Fish are sitting out. Fish is still captaining. And yeah, picking up 2 Fly and Sharkbait, both very, very good players for their seeds. This team is looking very, very strong. A team that was close to topping their conference last season, made semis. Can't say they've lost anything, so I think they'll be due for another good season. Yeah, probably one of the contenders right here.
Yeah, this is definitely another pretty strong team. I will say, I think it's a cold, cold, sad world when Dr. Fish is not playing in Hero. I love that man, but at least he's still captain. And I don't know too much about Sharkbait, but I'm pretty sure they're more than capable enough. Person to slot into the 5. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about them. So I'm confident that's a great person to slot in the 5 over Fish. So overall, this team is still looking pretty strong in my opinion.
Yeah, just a bit dicey in the 3 seed. You know, unproven quantity. Yeah, the 1-2 are very good. 5's very good, and I think 2 Fly is pretty strong for a 4 as well. It's just a very good team. Fish did make the decision to not play prior to recruiting, and did also spend most of the recruitment period thinking that we had 1950 PR to work with. So there was something of a fairly last-minute change that happened.
Some
It was like, so we're ATPR over. Shit.
Whoops.
Whoops. But wound up with a pretty cracked team, so good effort all round. Thankfully, two players were still available.
As I was putting the stuff together for the thing for the stream today, I had a look at the team and I was like, hang on a second, better let Fish know.
Yeah,
that he's a little bit over.
Yes. Last minute change.
It's just a math thing, we're Hearthstone players, we can't count. So, easy mistake.
Easy mistake to make.
Missed lethal on that one, so here we go. Okay.
Everyone knows Hearthstone players can't count.
Yeah. Alright, Bob, you got the next one, so
we got a new old team. They haven't been played for a couple of seasons, while Quaz has been alongside Donde, but they've split now. So the cult is back. No longer the cult of Mechafu, just the cult. Quaz is captaining and in the 5 seed, and then 4 players, which I think people are fairly familiar with most of them. I do not know how you're supposed to pronounce Exart.
Exart. Yep.
Exart.
Yep.
In the 1 seed, coming over from doing very well in both Pro Series, actually. EK Hades, the only one I'm not particularly familiar with in the 2 seed. But at a PR of 5-5, I'm assuming that they are pretty good. Corridon in the 3 and Matt at Arms in the 4, both pretty solid players. So, it's an all-around pretty solid team. And I would bump that up if EK Hades turns out to be incredible, to being quite a good team. If anyone knows anything about them, let me know. I'll keep an eye on Twitch chat.
I think you mentioned he's got a lot of fairly consistently high legend player, Masters Tour qualifiers, things like that. So seems like a pretty solid player. Probably cracked in the 2 seed. That's just hero things, really, isn't it? You got to have a cracked 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean.
If you don't have 2 1 seeds, are you really trying to cheat?
Yeah,
that's true.
Jespen's our 3 seed, and he's currently like top 200. Though meanwhile, I'm at bronze 10 because I haven't played yet this expansion properly. So have fun, my first opponent.
all right, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Second last one of the Hero series.
So, for the least biased point of the entire show, Chicken is back just in time to smack.
How come Scott gets to do their own team? We didn't.
It's funny this way.
I got to do both APM teams. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't even get to do Obsidian.
Yeah, I will have to say, just right off the bat, Super Chicken, in my unbiased opinion, is the best Hearthstone player in the world. He is literally better than Gabby. He's better than everyone. I don't care what anyone says. He's the most cracked player in the world. He's literally going to go 20-0 this season. Not even that many games, but he is going to go 20-0. He's cracked. Best one scene in the world. I love Chicken. Chicken, if you're watching this, I love you. But anyways, 9 is returning as captain, and he is making his return to the roster after taking last season off, and funnily enough, actually, joining in on my legacy team. But so now he's actually back with us playing Hero. I'm very excited. I love 9. I always love when he's playing with us. He's slotting up to the 2. I guess technically replacing Justin. And I guess Super Chicken's replacing Neji. C-Mac is coming back in his usual 3-seed spot. But I guess one thing to note is that 9 and C-Mac are literally 7 PR difference. So likely we might see some swaps back and forth, especially if the good old C-Mac loses, Chicken wins continues into this season. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully there's no C-Mac Chicken reverse curse this year and they both just go crazy. And then in the 4 seed, it's me. Hopefully I don't kind of int the regular season this year, or this season. I will say that I have not even finished opening my packs yet, so we're already off to a good start. I haven't been playing, but I promise I'm gonna play this season. I'm gonna go crazy for the regular season, hopefully, and I can kind of turn it back around, carry on some of that playoff good mojo from last season. And the 5 seed is my boy Kitten. He's the best. I love him. He's cracked for the 5 seed. He's OP. He's another one of the 9 eyebrows unknown Tespa teammate specials. And he's coming off a fantastic season. So, unbiased opinion, I think this team is okay. But I will say that it's the exact same team that we had, I think, 2 seasons ago. And I don't think that went that great. But we're more cracked this season, I swear. So we're gonna go crazy, I promise.
Okay. And last
Yeah,
one.
I see.
Go ahead.
I see it just before I do the last one. I see he made a good move getting rid of Neji. He had a 9-2 season last season, so he's due for a bad one.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes back and forth. So you cut him for this season, get Super Chicken in. I like the move. This is the lowest PR hero team we've got, leaving almost 170 sort of PR out there. So I would say that it's probably a bad move, but I know better. You guys are always solid with the guys you got on the team. So yeah, I think we've got to keep an eye out for you guys again.
Yeah, I will say real quick that, yeah, definitely our PR is significantly under the cap, but I'm a firm 9 eyebrows believer. He's my good friend. I've known him for a long time. I've played with him a really long time, and I'm a firm believer that when he's on and he's ready, he can match up against pretty much anyone. So I'm feeling pretty good about having him the 2, and I'm not really worried about that at all because he is fantastic.
Okay. Now let's get to the final one before we get to the wheel here.
Final team is ET Yasharaj. I hope I said that right. That's how I say it. My boy Trito 2 is captaining. We've got a Godrel. I think it was a Godrel in the 1. YoDaddy in the 2. Trito 2 in the 3. Vampire Nighthawk in the 4. And Nomad Farmer in the 5. Only change from Extraterrestrial team last season is the change in the 1 seed, A2 Battleship, not making it back, with Godrel in his place. They had a pretty good season last season, made playoffs, I believe, maybe lost in the first week of playoffs. They were slightly over PR, the need for the change, so should be thereabouts. Pretty solid team. Probably say that each of the players in their spot can hold their own in their seat. So yeah, they'd be looking forward to another solid season. Does anybody know much about Godreld. I think he might be Genji's friend. Is Genji in chat?
I didn't see Genji, but I see Chewie is just saying that
Godreld is cracked.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, he should be.
you good?
Be
Okay.
good.
All right. Well, that brings us to our wheel. If we don't have any more comments on the team itself, everybody's illegal, so it really doesn't matter on a PR side of things. So everybody's 1850, so we're good. Let's get us to the wheel, which is right there on the screen. So I'm going to start off with Rebob. Going to announce the first team for Teal. I'm not
Which
sure
conference will be free.
There you go. So I'm not sure which screen you're looking at, Rebob, if you're looking at the stream or if you're looking at the Discord chat. The Discord chat's going to be a little bit faster announcing the team before the people see it. So
I'm next leveling it and I'm looking at both.
All right. So first spin here
Spin.
for Teal.
Defish wants the F2L team split.
And it's Obsidian. Alright. So
That's out of the way.
alright, so basically it's confirmed that black are in purple.
All right. Purple. Skirt.
Another pit of misery going up to purple. Alright, so we have, just off the bat, we have two pretty strong teams being taken off the board, I think, and going into separate conferences. So,
I mean, there
no
are
conference is free as of yet.
Well, are there any bad teams? It's Hero.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Everyone's cheating in Hero. It doesn't matter.
Osaka has to type out the full names because
Yeah.
there's two APM teams
Yep.
and two F2L teams.
I was going to just type in APM. It's like, no, can't do that because
You just keep
APM
guessing.
1.
we wouldn't be wrong, right?
Yeah,
There's F2L.
and that's right. In a few seasons, there's going to be 6 F2L teams and 6 APM teams. Oh no, I have 4 clown teams, 4 F2L
Oh
teams.
my goodness. Yeah.
I don't know.
And then 4 randomly named diamond teams.
Teal.
All right, number 3. Who's going to be with F2L Obsidian? We've got ET Yasharaj, Trido's team. Joins Teal. Made me say Yasharaj twice. 3 times now.
Okay. Purple.
Purple, we got Dad Legend. Purple looking pretty scary so far.
Well, you did call Teal being free, right?
Teal is always free.
Teal.
Donde is in teal. As well as the rest of Hearthstone related content.
No acronyms like we had the other night.
I think you should just put Donde.
Oh, okay. We'll edit that right now.
There we go.
Accurate. Purple.
Oh. NPH, no pros here. Purple Conference.
Teal. Skirt.
Oh, Team Edward going over to Teal.
Purple. Rebob. Kind of a weak
Dun,
spin.
dun, dun.
No, okay, wait.
And that chicken, I've already forgotten what the entire name is, but suffice to say,
Don't worry about it.
chicken are in purple as well. Chicken.
Purple
In
conference is
the-
looking pretty stacked.
Yep. I was saying, I was hoping black wind up in purple, but I'm somewhat rethinking that stance.
I'm happy with teal. Come on, F2L black.
Let's go with teal.
Come on.
Nope.
Oh, APM, abducting players' minions in teal.
Right. Just gotta dodge this one.
We just need F2L in purple for perfectly balanced content.
Come on.
Okay. Just
It's going to be F2L and clouds, isn't it?
purple.
Oh, oh, that was close.
That was
Clown
so
Town.
close. Clown Town. Come on. F2L in teal. Let's go.
Yep, it's a 50-50 now. Though F2L being in purple would just kind of.
Oh,
Whew! We dodged it, boys.
we dodged that.
I do feel like F2L black being in purple would, just add to the whole purple is disgusting
Dr.
narrative.
Fish is the only one upset about that.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty upset because now I've got to do a whole lot of fucking around with permissions in our channels because normally
Yeah.
everyone can see both. Now no one can see anything again.
Ceremonial
Nightmare. Ceremonial booting.
and the
last
last one.
team.
I don't know if anybody's going to get this
I think
one.
It's going to be Barnes. Is it Barnes?
Rip-ons.
Rip Barnes. The cult.
It is the cult.
So there you have
Over
it,
in
folks.
purple.
Life in purple is going to be hard.
Yeah, purple's looking pretty fucky.
I am very not happy to be in purple.
Most of my top 5 were in purple, so I have to reconsider.
Yeah, me too, actually. This
Yeah,
is not okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Screenshot it, throw it into THL channel. I'll get the formalized rosters.
Yeah.
Purple
And
is free.
There's no wildcards this season. It's top 3 from each conference. So
Yippers. So ready
With
for legacy.
is it the winners get the bye?
yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Winners
Believe
get the
so.
bye.
So top 2. Let's get into
Just-
legacy.
Just win purple easy.
All right. First to ring in the new team that's coming into legacy. Rebob.
Let's go. Get legacy on the road. What a beautiful logo it is. It's the Zilfs, my old team. And, still pretty well. It's unchanged from 2 seasons ago, 1 changed from last season. So Coles, he's been the 1 seed for the Zilfs for like 6 seasons now. Astral Frog in the 2, Donde in the 3, Chronic in the 4. Jim Philos is back, replacing Lefty. So it's pretty much, 3 of the original Zilfs are still on the team, which is great. They did win a championship at one point just after I left because they were no longer cursed. Just a solid team all around. I think you've already skipped ahead, Saku.
Oh, did
You
I?
just-
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, well, you've gone very far ahead.
There we go.
That's not the set order. But yeah, Zilfs, they're a team where what you're getting. The individual players, sometimes they have incredible seasons, sometimes they aren't really vibing with the meta and they don't do as well. If it's a meta that particularly Coles and Donde are enjoying, I think they'll do very well. And if Jim Velos is kind of back to playing, I think he had to have some surgery, which is why he was off for last season. So it's good to see him back. Will they win another title? I'm not sure about that, but they'll probably make playoffs.
Especially with Astropog in there too. So
yeah, I'm still trying to steal Astrofog to play on one of my teams at some point.
All right, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Yes, sir. Let's go. All right, our second team up is Zyrella's Disciples. They have Hyperion as the captain, also coming in the 4th seed. Looks like they are coming in as a new team. They have Just Concede in the 1. They have Rice Bowl coming over from Dumbledore's army to be their 2. And you have Justmin coming over from Illidan's Death Knights as a 3. Hyperion is captaining as well as in the 4. And then you got Judo in the 5, coming over from Sunks of Drunken City. They magically end up just only 1 PR under the cap, which is pretty impressive. But yes, sir, being right there, they're pulling out all the stops to get as good as a team as possible. It's always fun to see. Right off the bat, I'd say this is a pretty strong looking team. Just from the records we could see of the people that played in last season, they have 3 pretty strong performers coming over from other teams, and they're 2, 3, and then the 5. I'm not super familiar with Hyperion and Just Concede personally.
Hyperion went I think it was 8-0 in Wild last season.
Oh, so they're cracked.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a very good wild. They're a very good wild player. As is Rice Bowl. This is basically a wild team.
Okay. They're coming in with some kind of ridiculous PRs in some of the seeds. So I just say that, right off the bat, this looks like a pretty good team.
It's a tried and true strategy, which is literally all I did for 5 seasons. Just find wild players. They come in at the mid 200s, 300 PR. Put them in the 4 seed. They're cracked. ? Profit.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, this team's pretty good.
Yeah. Master, you ready for the next one?
Let's do it. All right. I've got Season 22 closed list conquest participants. Gee, that's a mouthful, isn't it? All right, so this team was Season 21 Legacy Heroes Series team last season. Super Chicken bringing the boys back. He's in the 1. Iza is replacing German Shep in the 2. Gamer Dude running it back in the 3. You Kidding Me is up to the 4 seed. It was always due to happen. And TAB, 50 PR 5 seed is in place of Thalfix for PR reasons, because they were over PR last season. So, yeah, team looks pretty strong. I know this team was one of the fancied teams last season. Actually got, I think maybe quarters in the playoffs and lost when I didn't think they would. But yeah, losing German Shep's a bit of a hit, but you don't really lose much when you've got Izak coming in. And yeah, the rest of the team looks strong. Don't know much about TAB, but 50 PR5 seed, they can win you a lot of games. Just have to see how they go.
Hopefully that's a player name. Tab.
Yeah, it's
Not just a typo.
Yes.
It's not worth putting the bets on either. TAB.
I will say really quick about this team. I'm happy to see Kitten moving up to the 4 because I'm also playing in the 4 this season. He's my good friend, so it's always fun to play against him. We did a quest only deck game last season for Legacy in the 5. So I'm sure we're gonna do something even more cursed this season.
Sounds fun. All right, Rebob, you're ready for the next one.
Absolutely. So we got APM. I think this is the only APM this time around.
Yep.
You Bone Mash can confirm. Yep. So this time it's all plays magnified with your boy Murloc Holmes. With the best thing about the expansion, Watfin. And I'm honestly disappointed that no one else's logo has really made use of Watfin. But we got Cheesy 10 in the 1, Genji in the 2, Anubinator in the 3, Reverb in the 4, and the only change in this time around is Joltik coming in for Roadrunner in the 5. Which obviously I believe didn't play last season. Roadrunner, they're pretty big shoes to fill after the season they had last time around. They had I think they went 7-1. So matching that will be somewhat difficult. But if they can, APM teams always do pretty well. You know, it's looking good for the customary quarterfinal exit.
Yeah, with because it's APM, this is the 4th season, and I've had the 3 seed, the 4 seed, and the 5 seed so far in Legacy. So most of that's down to having Cheesy 10 at the top. He's a crack player. He's always like 7 or 8 win seasons, and then sort of it goes down from there. So hoping for another good season with the team.
Yeah, Jolt C is a pretty good pickup in the 5 seed. They did pretty well in their second season.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they won the Coin seed
Yep.
listener last season. So yeah, should be good replacement.
All right, Skirt.
All right. Need to get ready for this next one. This next team is How I Met Your
That was practice, folks.
I was ready. So they are captained by Dr. Fish. Fish, I love you. And so they have Vino coming in the 1 seed over from Illidan's Death Knights. And they have Nice Jewish Owl holding up in the 2. And they have MPV in the 3. And then they have Corden in the 4 coming over from Kachow. And then it is Dr. Fish holding it down with his new team over from Hoot Me Dude. So I'd say right off the bat, this is a very strong looking team. Looking at kind of like everybody in the seeds that they're at, everyone's actually like pretty cracked, especially in their seeds that they're in. I have a lot of like personal experience playing against and with a lot of these guys, and they are all really, really good. I know I played against MPV quite a few times. Actually played against them on ladder multiple times, actually, weirdly enough. And then I think I actually met them for the first time. I hope I'm remembering this right, but in like a qualifier like an entire year ago. I know they're super cracked, so MPV in the 3 is definitely going to be really, really strong for sure. But I'd say How I Met Your Margot is looking like a cracked team.
Yeah. Corden in the 4 was already mentioned as he's normally a 3 seed player. arguably a really good guy too. So 20 minutes away from my house. So
This is a pretty strong team.
Yeah.
And Vino is only one PR ahead of NJO, so there could be some swappage at the top there,
way to go, Vino.
depending on how it goes. But like NJO on the 2 is always great. And I just think I look at this team and I think everybody's like a seed lower than they should be. So like when you've got something like that, you just go, yeah, this is going to be a good team.
Mm-hmm. Could see MPV and Corden swap back and forth depending on how they do in their respective
Yeah.
categories.
They're not too far off either.
Yeah. So, all right, Masher, you ready for the next one?
So. All right, my boy JR, Illidan's Death Knights, bringing him back again. I had a little bit to do with helping him find a couple of players for this team. So we've got Fudov in the 1, Molstar in the 2, JR is in the 3, Nomad Farmer is in the 4, and Righteous Jammies is in the 5. So the only player returning from the team last season is JR. Righteous Jammies has come across from Blue Naga Cult, who I think was the top team regular season or second top team. So that's a good pickup in 5. And yeah, Nomad Farmer, he's a solid player. He subbed for me in Legacy like 2 or 3 times last season as well. I've captained him in Hero. He'll be solid in the 4. And just look at the top 2. That's absolutely cracked. Who wouldn't want to have a Legacy team with Fudov and Molstar in the 1 and the 2?
Yep.
I just look at this team top to bottom, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be playing playoffs. Just a question of how far they're gonna go in playoffs.
Yeah, the PR seems like it should be wrong. Like you look at it, just like surely that can't be right.
Yeah, I think Molstar is throwing me off. Should be 550.
Yeah, most of that be 550 is strange. I have a feeling that's not going to last for very long.
No.
Yeah, Molstar in the 2 is saucy.
Don't disagree.
Yeah, JR was looking for a couple of players, and I just was having a look around and seeing who was sort of not in a team and stuff. And I looked back in the PR catalog to see who didn't play like last season, so they weren't even in the player directory. And Molstar was one of the names that I suggested, and I had Nomad in as an option to potentially play on my team this season. But then when I'd found Joltik, I suggested Nomad as well. I mean, it fits perfectly with the PR. It's just, I don't know, it's just criminal. Like, to have Molstar in the 2, I wouldn't want to be a 2-seed playing against him.
Yeah.
This season.
I wouldn't want to be any seed player against Molstar.
And I think having someone like at the caliber of Fudov in the 1, he's gonna give the other guys a lot of help and stuff with like deck building and stuff as well. Like it's really good to get players of his quality into THL. So I hope he has a good first season.
It is genuinely a match that could happen in the 2 seed Molstar versus Ixart.
Yep.
That seems wrong.
Just saying.
The hero cheating is starting to leak into Legacy more and more.
Speaking of cheating, the next one there, Rebob.
Next up, we got the Diamond 5. So the Diamond plus Neji love story continues. So we got Neji in the 1, the Spotify logo, beautiful. Dankestad in the 2, Ron Mexico in the 3, Sire in the 4, and Kotamora in the 5. 1, 2, 3, and 5. All pretty familiar with them. All very good players. Ron Mexico is a absolute steal at 437 PR, coming off a bit of a rough season last time, but we all know how good Ron is. Zero, not too sure about myself. I'm not familiar with them.
New to THL. I've never heard of them myself, so welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Anyone knows anything about Zero, let us know. But this team is good. You got Ron Mexico in the 3 seed. What more do you want?
Yeah, this team is giga cracked. This looks like it absolutely has to be a super sussy cheating team, but somehow it's legal.
Yeah, it's only because Ron tanked slightly that I think it's worked out.
Hopefully, Ron's graduated from Hearthstone Academy and he's going to be playing some good games this season.
So, you know,
But he's
good.
He managed to take himself down to the 3 seed, so maybe this is the season Ron will get himself back up to 550, and any team that's got Diamond as the captain, it's a good team.
So Neji,
So we put together some good teams,
yeah.
and Neji he just wins games. Now that he's over 1,000 PR.
Oh, he's over? Neji graduated to the 1,000 point for legacy.
So apparently Sira is Ryscription.
Mm-hmm.
They are one and the same.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Now we go on to skirts for the next team here.
All right. So coming up here, we have F2L White. Oh, it's another Revolve team. So they have Revolve coming in as captain, also in the 1 seed, returning. And they have Myanodon coming in, returning in the 2. They have Slog coming in, returning in the 3. And then Totino's is a returning player, but slotting up to the 4 from the 5 and replacing Anfall. And then they have Tom Carter coming in strong to fill out 5 seed. They had pretty decent amount of PR for you guys to shed. But you guys definitely did it very, very well. I played against Tom a little bit. They're definitely a very good player. That's a really good player to slot into the 5. So
Yeah,
I think
Tom Carter in the 5 seed is illegal.
yeah, yeah. I don't think you guys are gonna have any problems with that little PR shuffle.
Yeah, we did have it's like we had 82 PR that we needed to drop. Fortunately,
That's crazy that you had to drop that much, and like the team's still really good.
Yeah, I think Tom was a good pickup. And anytime you can get a high legend wild player in a 5 seed, you're quite happy. And the rest of the team, it's been pretty unchanged for quite a while. And we're fresh off losing the last finals. Maybe this time will be the one.
Yeah, everyone's coming off a great season. Totino is slotting up just 1 seed, but coming off an 8-4 season, and Totino is a really good player. I played against them a ton. I think that's like absolutely perfectly fine to move up.
Totino
a seed
hates
there.
playing against you because it keeps happening.
Good thing I'm moving up to the 4 too.
Oh, good. The rivalry continues.
It's always a fun time.
All right, Bo. Ready to go?
Yep. Ready for the next one. All right, we've got the returning champs, standard THL Degenerates. Dr. BUMD running it back in the 1 seed, Electric Sheep City in the 2, Memnarch in the 3 seed, Skittles is replacing Vampire Nightwalk in the 4, across from Blue Naga Cult, and Saku in the 5. Yeah, the change brings them under the PR cap, 1842. Yep, champions from last season. Did a fantastic job throughout the playoffs. Saku had a pretty good season. I think the regular season was pretty good, but yeah, it's if you can get your 4 and 5 seeds to sort of break even, and then your 1 and 2 seeds are getting wins. I expect this team to be thereabouts again. Definitely make playoffs. I think I don't know how you got Memnak in the 3. That's just ridiculous.
It was a paid venture. We all had to chip in.
Rank 1 standard player in Europe, and he's sitting there in the 3 seed. That's just stupid. They look really strong again. Skittles in the 4 as well. This is just crazy. Don't put them in my conference, please.
Yeah, I don't want a rematch of that finals match against Bombed. It was my most tilting game of the season. You know those ones where you're just like, right, the game does not want me to win this.
That's right.
I wasn't allowed to play the game.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. And I'd had to wake up really early for it as well, so it made it even worse.
He was at 3 a.m. playing. You at 8 in the morning?
8 a.m.
Right? Yeah. So.
And then he just absolutely steamrolled me. It was rough. Didn't enjoy that experience. So, sorry, Saku. I'm hoping you get dumpstered this season.
Believe me, Totino's Pizza put a hurting on me that day. I was trying to help the team win. So I just told Bomb that as long as they get 40% of my games, that should equate to a finals appearance. Not saying winning, but just a finals appearance. So anyway, had fun.
Yeah, just winning is fun.
Yeah, just do it again, back to back.
There you go. If you get back-to-back STDs, is it treatable?
Hey,
And they just cancel each other out.
See, there you go. I like that. All right. So for our next one, Rebob.
Yo, so we got School of Fish.
I love that logo.
It's incredible. Should there be a full stop after fish? Are we not doing that anymore? Because that was good branding.
Yeah.
But anyway, 2Fly captaining the iteration of the fish meme for the season, and appearing in the 4 seed once again. Yo Daddy in the 1, Zancat in the 2, and Laughing Frog in the 5 are also all returning. And then we just have Smear at 420 PR, Blaze It in the 3 seed, replacing Jester. So, solid team, bumped up their PR to close to the threshold, with Smear taking up Jester at 1839. Looking pretty solid. Good players in every position. Just, I think the Fish team, they're always quite they're never the flashiest team, but you also don't really like playing against them, because you never get the one match where you get one seed. You're just all right, they should definitely win.
I think the playoffs is. Sorry, okay.
Looks like you've got the players in a slightly different order, Saku.
Yeah, it's really I just kind of copied it off our old spreadsheet that I got. So it was where are we at? Yeah,
Laughing Frog would probably not enjoy playing in the 2.
I think she could handle it, to be honest with you, but that's
she probably still win. I had her in her first legacy season, and then the last season she went to Fish and she stayed there. Come back, Laughing Frog. I want you back on my team.
Yeah, they played great with 9-3 last season. That's pretty amazing.
You know what?
Something
You know,
about. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was just thinking. You know, it's this. Why doesn't shark bait play on fish?
That's a good question.
That would make a lot of sense.
We did.
You know,
Actually,
if we had astral frog, laughing frog, shark bait, I think they're just not working enough with theme.
well,
here.
you got Yellow Dart as well. Yellow Dart's a frog.
True.
He is,
You almost have a frog team.
School of Frogs.
And I'm just thinking APM, amphibious something, can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, you just sit there, work out your convoluted acronyms, and I hate to think how long you've spent thinking up different acronyms for APM.
Sometimes I just sit there at night with a dictionary. Really,
Good old thesaurus.
Is that what you call it these days?
No, but this team looks good. I believe Smears played one season in THL before, and they won. So he's looking to keep the perfect record. So if that's anything to go by, I think School of Fish will do well again this season. Especially when they've got Laughing Frog in the 5.
2/5, we'll call it. So
2/5.
all right, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Let's go. All right, so next we got the return of Pod People. This is a fully returning team from last season, captained by our good friend Arhat. Also coming in the 1 seed. And we have Starlax in the 2, Wicked Good in the 3, Dragon Rider in the 4, and Sway Bay in the 5. So this is a full returning roster coming off a pretty decent season. Yeah, it's just a solid group of people sticking together. We'll see what they can do this season. It's a pretty decent contender come into this season, and I'd imagine they're gonna stay that way.
Yeah, Pod People are they're always pretty good. Probably have the record for the least changed team over however many seasons they've existed.
Yeah.
It's got to be 15 maybe, right?
It's close. It's close. I was on Pod People for a while, and I think the only thing that changed was really the 5 seed and sometimes the 4 seed. So
and that was just because it seemed like it was the hardest to fill with a podcast person.
Right. Yeah, because you had Zerosho on there, and then you had Matt at Herms once upon a time, and that's with Starlax and Wicked Good and Arhat floating in there. So
yeah, Wicked Good's been there for a while. Arhat obviously there forever. Dragon Rider taking up the slot. We've got a GM caster in the 4.
love it.
Never hurts. And then Sway Bay coming back into it. I think she didn't play the full season last season.
Yeah, I think BG casting and doing some events there for Blizz. Kind of took their time away, so
I mean, it's a pretty good reason to skip.
Yep.
Just casting for Blizzard. Yeah, pods always do well. Don't see it changing anytime soon.
nope. So, Masher, ready for the next one?
Let's go. All right, we've got 4 out of 5 Justins. So that was the 4 Justins, 1 Sustin last season. Always Just in Time is playing this time around, coming in the 1 seed. Wild Rose has dropped down to the 2 seed, so Infinite makes way. Pokemon 661 has jumped up to the 3 seed. Scott Reynolds has jumped up to the 4 seed. And then 9 Eyebrows, Max White, and TKRZ Dekurtz or something. How do you pronounce that, Skirt?
I've just been going with TKRZ.
TKRZ in the 5. So yeah, it looks like a solid team. Justin coming into the 1's going to give him some good direction up front. This was one of the teams I thought might have taken it out last season. Made playoffs. Like I'm having a good push in playoffs and just got pipped one week. But yeah, I think they'll be thereabouts again. Solid team. Justin playing in the teams, that's always going to be good.
Yeah, it's always huge to pick up Justin. But yeah, I guess I will say, since this is my team, Justin in the 1 is cracked. Justin in the 2 is cracked. Justin in the 3 is cracked. Justin in the 4 is cracked. And then Sustin coming in the 5 is also cracked.
Can you tell us much about TKC? I know they were on Dranian's team last season. I'm a Legacy 3 seed. You're playing in the 4 for some of the season. I went 5 and 3, so seems decent.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't have that much personal experience with them, but I know they are a very good player. Especially being able to slot into the 5 with me moving up to the 4. I think that's a really good pickup. But yeah, I expect them to do very well. I think the team overall is still pretty good, with a lot of people shifting around seeds. But I'd say definitely picking up TKRZ in the 5 is really, really big. That's a very good slot in for the 5 with me moving up. So I expect us to hopefully have a pretty good season.
Okay. Next one, we got Rebobson.
And it's Dad Legend once again. So obviously, Yellow Dart captaining, as is tradition. Ice Clay's in the 1, as is tradition. But then it's got a different 3 seed. Pescatarian is, I think, slotting in for Dushamo. They were pretty heavily over PR by the end of last season. It looks like over 100 over the threshold. So I had to take a bit of a drop there. Pescatarian's come over from Sound Night Pain Gang. While King Viking 23 is still in there, but has moved up to the 2 seed from the 3 seed. Yellow Dart in the 4 and Hasta in the 5. So had a big jump, gone from 1952 to 1794. But, still looking pretty solid. Everyone had pretty good seasons last season, with the exception of Hasta. So I think if the rest of the team can bump Hasta's win rate up a bit, Dad Legend will be sitting pretty once again.
Yep. Okay, Skirt, you ready for the next one?
Let's go. Alright, so coming back, it is the Cooler. You love to see it. With Icer coming in as the captain again, returning. So it's almost the exact same roster. They're coming in with their 1 through 4 seeds being the same, and then they have a new player coming in the 5. But so they have CBX 1 coming in the 1 seed, and they have Big Money coming in the 2. Bremen coming in the 3. Icer is in the 4. And then you have Guacamole placing My Curse in the 5. So I mean, obviously, this is a pretty strong team, as it was already. And then I guess the only thing I don't really know about is Guacamole coming in for my curse. I don't personally know what that means for the team, but everything else considered, obviously it is a good team coming into the season.
Yeah, they're just pretty good.
All right, Masher.
How just real quick, how can you lose with big money on your team? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they
We
do
all
have
want
the-
some big money.
They do have the trophy on their logo right now, so
They're obviously intending to win.
Yep.
They've already made themselves a trophy.
Well,
predetermined.
they won the season before last, so they're looking to make out 2 and 3.
That's right. Okay. Next one.
What a logo there. Okay, so Dradian Battles team are no longer a team of 3 seeds, not with Nails in the 1 and German Shep in the 2. 1-2 hit at the top. Geradium in the 3. And then we've got Quaz and Sharkbait in the 4 and 5. I agree with your initial assessment. The PR has to be illegal here. I do not know how that roster has been put together. But that's a pretty solid roster. I think this team's going to be one of the teams to beat, if not the team to beat. But yeah, getting Nails in after going 8-1, and then the like Nails and Shep are the 2 guys that were fighting it out last season for cross-conference champion. They both only lost like 4 times across across all the series put together, and then you chuck them in the 1 and the 2 seed on the same legacy team. That's just illegal.
That's crackers.
Yeah, some of these 2 seeds it's not fair. Not fair whatsoever.
Yep. Didn't get Quaz and Sharkbait, the husband and wife squad. So
Yep.
filling in the
No.
4-5.
Solid team. Solid.
Yeah, this is just an overall really really good team. This is high up on my list of teams that I don't want to be put in a conference with. But although if they still had Turtle, I would love to be in a conference with them because I love Turtle, and I'd be willing to lose games to play games against Turtle.
I really hope that I don't get put in the conference because Nails is the one player that I cannot beat. And I keep losing to Nails. So I'd really rather not repeat that experience.
Yeah, he's coming off some super cracked seasons. So good luck to anybody that has to play against Nails.
Yeah, the season I won crossover, I think I lost like 6 or 7 games, and 2 of them were Nails.
Yikes.
It's too good.
Stop doing that, Nails.
Stop it. Let me win,
Yeah, just
please.
bottom right. Start the game, bottom right again. Easy. Alright. So we got Rebub with the next team.
And it is, much like me, not Justin. Automated Button is bringing it back. Well, still in the 2 seed, Mr. Beluga 11 in the 1, Pyro in the 3, Walbo in the 4, Ari in the 5. It's an unchanged roster at one of the lowest PRs we have, I think, ever seen in Legacy Series. At 1362. There, it's. Not too familiar with any of the players below 3, Pyro, Walbo, or Ari, but players 2 through 5 didn't have the most impressive season last time around, all going negative. to some degree. So I think they're just going to be hoping they can turn this one around.
It's only natural that whatever happens to the Justin team, the opposite has to happen to the not Justin team.
Are you saying that you need to be called Justin to be good at Hearthstone?
Oh, I mean, yeah. It's.
I think he's saying they exist so that the Justins can exist. We need to have like a negative and a positive. You know,
Negative Justin, positive Justin.
Justin, yeah.
Yin and yang.
Well, yeah, well, we had that last.
Wait, no, it's just yin and just yang.
That's it.
Oh.
I love it. Just yin. That's the team next season. Just
There
yin.
you go.
Yeah, if there aren't Justin isn't called just yang, and your team isn't called just yin, I'm rioting.
Yeah.
Collusion.
Yin and yang. Someone should have thought about it on the end of the ball.
Yeah. All right, Skirt, ready for the next one?
Let's get it. All right, so next team is the Stubbs coming back.
Stop.
So they have Osmonaut coming in, returning as their captain, also coming back into the 4. So their 1 seed is Epic Mingo, coming over from Explosive Sheep to replace Dankest Dad. And in the 2, they have Kronos, which is coming in to replace Mini. And then their 3 seed is Lemur, coming in to replace Blue Jay. Osmonaut coming in, returning to the 4 seed. And they have Kirafinwi coming back to the 5 seed. So it looks like this is, I don't know if this is, but this might be one of the biggest PR jumps from 1740 from 1464. That's a pretty significant difference. And so really I think it just comes from having 3 over 400 players in the first 3 seeds. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as the guys at the very top of the roster can hold it down comfortably in their seeds, then having that extra boost at PR is going to be really, really good for this team.
I think they're good ends. Kronos and Lima in the 2 and 3 should probably win more than they lose. So I think they'll be solid. The Stubbs will be thereabouts. They'll probably be pushing, hoping that they can sort of sneak into a playoff spot and go from there. I've always been a big fan of Oz. I think I picked him one season for when we were sort of picking. Well, I don't know can't remember what it's called. But we picked players for
player draft.
for the season. Player draft. I think I picked him in the player draft one season. So yeah, I always hope Oz can have a good season. Hopefully, this is the season for Oz. So, one of my teams that stopped my teams that I always hope does well is the Stubbs.
Everyone loves the Stubbs.
Long time Stub fan, so
Give him the Stub.
that's right. All right, Masher, you're up next.
Oh, that logo is giving me a headache. That's all. All right, we've got the Small Bunnies. It's the next team. Agent PWE captaining. New captain. Coming across from Colossal Misplays in the 1. Your Mumked in the 2 from Saranat Pain Game. Migu in the 3 from Explosive Sheep. Hustle is new. And we've got Buffoon in the 5. Rebob, you'll be happy that you can say Buffoon for Legacy Series.
Bassoon Buffoon.
Say that 5 times. new team put together, bringing guys across from different teams. Definitely looks like a pretty solid, if not strong, squad there. They'll be hoping to do some good things this season.
Slaw Bunny's nuts.
Thank you.
My bad. I had to do
An insight into Skirt's mind, ladies and gentlemen. And I just know you were sat there for a good couple of minutes, just like, man, I gotta say it.
Yeah,
Gotta say it.
It has to be said, so let's say it. Let's do it.
Of course. That's the only reason I'm here. I was waiting all night.
And Bassoon Buffoon is on the team with Hustle, who was the player who has replaced them on whichever team it was in Hero.
That was NPH, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
No, I got nothing. I was gonna move on to the next one.
You got the next one. There you go. Take it away.
Yeah. So we've got Dumbledore's Army as our penultimate team, captained by Jerry Damage, who is a non-playing captain. And we've got 4 players sticking around from last season, which is Plants, who has been bumped up to the 1 by the departure of Rice Bowl, Superhero in the 3, Catbat in the 4, and Bartimus in the 5. So the only change is Stinzy coming in for Rice Bowl, which is a small step down in terms of PR. Dumbledore's Army didn't have the most fantastic season last time around. Rice Bowl has gone on to Pastures New. So this team, I'm a huge fan of Plants. Plants is fantastic, but the bottom 3 will kind of probably will have significantly better seasons this time around for DA to be getting somewhere.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to add before we go to the final team of the
Nope.
evening?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Skirt.
All right. The very last team of Legacy is E.T. Cthulhu. They're coming in with Trito as the captain. They also have Bach for Life coming in the 1 seed, replacing PWE. They have Lowbrow coming in, replacing Ariana 20. They have Chewy coming in, also returning player in the 3. And then there's Trito coming into the 4, coming into the roster this season, replacing Mako. And then in the 5 seed is Eternal, getting picked up from Serenite Pangang and replacing Bite-Sized AC. So there are a pretty decent amount of player swaps for this season. They were to bump up their PR a little bit. Overall, I think the team looks pretty decent. It's a lot of similar swaps of players in their respective seeds to what they had last season. So I'm looking forward to see what these guys can do. I think they definitely have the potential to do really, really well. We just have to see what kind of seasons they get out of a few of their seeds and see what they can put together. But I think this is definitely a team to watch out for sure.
Chewy in the 3 is
Upsetting.
wrong.
Yeah. Bach for Life. Good 1-2 seed player for sure, and Lowbrow being new to THL, I believe.
Yeah, I think the top four here is pretty solid. Like even Trudeau should have been the 4 seed. So if they can get if Eternal can sort of come back 50-50, win half their games, the top four should be winning enough games there to make playoffs.
Yep. Well said. All right, so this brings us to the wonderful part of the show that everybody likes to get into. So let's bring in the wheel.
In the wheel.
Wheel of Death. Wheel of Death.
So, because Blue Conference is new, Blue Conference is going to go first.
Just hope we don't spin up bankrupt.
Yep. All right, so Blue Conference.
Blue Conference.
What's that?
I'm excited. I want to be in Blue Conference. How often do you get to be in Blue Conference?
That's right.
For one season only.
Yep. All right, so big spin for Blue Conference.
No matter who this is, blue is free. Okay, wait.
You said it.
That couldn't have panned out any better.
Okay.
It's definitely free.
I meant free for my team.
You know what's going to happen? The ones I had for my top 5 are all going to be in Blue Conference.
There you go.
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
It can't
it's gonna be
happen,
stacked.
boy.
It's going to be stacked.
Gold Conference team.
Oh,
my
the
goodness.
lore
Not
matchup!
just-
No way! Oh, wait. Oh my god,
No.
sorry. I thought we were doing the whole blue conference. My
No,
bad.
no.
No.
Okay, not the lore matchup. Never mind. Not as cool. Maybe playoffs.
Cross Conference could be, maybe.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
you
true.
are safe from just Yang.
Yep.
Oh, got a little too excited. But yeah, looking forward to the cross conference.
Silver.
Silver.
Oh, strong
IDK?
team IDK.
You don't know. It's right on the screen.
Haha.
Giggity, giggity. Red Conference.
Well, we've dodged the Justins. I'm happy about that.
No, I wanted to play Totina's again. We always get a play.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll match up in the cross conference in some way.
Cross conference match.
Say less.
Let's do blue.
Who are the Justins going to get in
Blue,
blue?
blue's already cursed.
It's the cooler.
Okay,
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
that is indeed cool.
Gold Conference.
Colon closed.
Closed parentheses.
That is clearly a semicolon closed parentheses,
Oh,
Saku.
dang it. There we go. Just trying to
Always
trigger
trying to get a
somebody.
wink in.
Yeah, yeah.
Cheeky boy.
The trigger wink. Silver.
Season 22 has to be, doesn't it? That's the longest. Season 22 closed list.
There. That's
If-
better.
Conquest. Conquest
Yeah.
participants.
I think we all know who they are when you put season 22.
Hard to see the blue ones. That's looking like a strong
Yeah,
conference. Right?
this is, I think, the biggest issue with these 4 conference things is the Wheel of Death gets really small.
It does. Yep.
Dad Legend up in red. Oh, I get. We got Maya Don versus Dad Legend. Always love to see that.
Nice.
Blue team or blue squad, blue conference.
Dumbledore's army.
Dumbledore's army.
Skirt's not complaining.
Oh,
Whoa.
gold conference.
How I Met Your Murgle. I'm not going to attempt it. I can't do the good Murloc voice, sadly.
Yeah, I'm just happy I dodged the the Molestar in the 2 conference.
I forgot which team that was.
It's IDK.
XD. German Disciples.
Oh.
IDK versus XD.
Big.
I don't want to be in silver.
Silver's looking pretty fucky.
Silver straight.
Yeah, Silver's the scary one. Who we got in red? Oh,
Pod people.
Pod people. Red is not looking the easiest either, which I'm quite sad about.
Got to deal with some hat shenanigans.
Yeah, God, I've got to play hats.
Oh, hot sylphs. Go to blue.
Oh, Zilf versus Justin's. Death Stubbs.
The stubs. Oh.
STD.
That is
All right,
stacked.
this is the acronym conference.
Stacked. Don't put APM in there.
We know APM are going to be in there. The diamond.
Silver and red both looking pretty decent.
Oh.
Well, you got Donde. Well, no, you don't. Donde's on the Zilfs, that's right.
Yes,
you
I
get Ron.
don't.
You get Ron.
Quiet Foodon.
But we don't get Ron. We get Ron in the 3.
Foodon's asking for APM. 1 in 3. APM always. We're in. We've never been
APM
in
and
gold.
silver for sure.
We've been in red and silver. We have never been in gold. Put us in gold.
Oh, well,
Oh,
APM
so
in gold.
close.
Ask and you shall receive. Not rigged at all.
nope. And
No, definitely not rigged.
kind of funny that the pie piece or the wheel piece was actually yellow/gold, so it was destined. So
Yeah.
Oh, the lore.
okay, silver. 50-50 chance. Could be.
The slow
Oh,
bunnies
bunny.
into silver. And that leaves fish in red. Oh.
Wait, don't spoil it.
Oh, sorry.
We gotta.
I've got no idea.
One team
that's
left.
That's just an educated guess.
I think it's gonna be Serenite Pain Gang, maybe.
Maybe.
Chow Clouds.
Fuck Aeon. Oh, wait a second. That's the wrong series altogether. So, okay.
It's the right
Stillfish.
series, but it's the wrong year.
True.
Yeah, red. I'm not happy with.
Red and silver.
I'm really not happy with how red has panned out.
Red and silver both look pretty strong.
Yeah.
So screeny that somebody. But looks like there is some equal distribution between the conferences. So
There are 5 teams in each now.
there is.
It is true. Red is going to be, inverted commas, fun.
There you go.
I couldn't agree more. Every time I play our hat, something goes wrong. I once played a match against him where I played even Paladin and forgot to put Gen in. So I was playing a normal Paladin with only even cards in it.
All right. So that's going to bring us to the bottom half of the show, which is the top 5 from our hosts
Oh,
here,
God.
so we're going to start with Bone Masher with the Hero series. So let's review
Alrighty.
our hero selections here. So take her away with your top 5 in no particular order. Or
All right,
particular order.
I'll do it in conference order. So from Teal Conference, the one with less of the good teams. I think both F12 teams will get through in Teal. And I'm picking 3 teams from Purple Conference, which will be Clowns. At least I don't have Chicken, whatever they're called now, the Chicken team. So Clowns, Chicken, and for the final team, I'm going to go with. I'll go with NPH, just so I can throw some shade against my old team. Should be interesting in the team Discord. But no, I think the other team that's going to be close is my old team, APM, for Purple. But it's pretty stacked in that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're my top 5. Both F2L, Clowns, Chicken, and NPH.
Skirt.
Alright, I'd say for my top 5, in no particular order, I'd say it's Clown Town, both F2L Black and F2L Obsidian, another Pit of Misery, and then finally no pros here. I'd say in a series of teams where literally everybody is cheating, these might be the teams that are just really giga cheating. And these are probably the most absolutely stacked lineups, I think, in my opinion.
So you aren't picking Chicken.
Well, okay, I mean,
So you're not broken.
He's just following my lead and not picking his own team.
There you go.
yeah, that'd be.
You did pick your own team.
Oh, yeah, I get my old
You
team.
picked the one you're playing on.
That's true. I did pick my own team.
I mean, I will say we have Chicken has. Well, we have Chicken, and he's the best player to ever exist. So we can't lose, but can't be too biased. It's not as fun that way.
Very true.
And I also have to not end this season. So we'll see.
We will see.
All right, Rebob,
Just-
what's your top 5?
Right, so Clown Town, I think go without saying. Chicken, I think go without saying. I would say F2L Black are in the top 5 for me. I think we're pretty good. Obsidian are also pretty good, and then I think I'd put Hearthstone related content as my 5th. Those aren't in any particular order.
Yep.
There's obviously so many teams that could be in there. I think another Pit of Misery have just missed out in there. If I took Chicken's lead, if I took Skirt's lead and didn't include After Black, they would be there.
Yep.
So you got my top 6.
Out of 12, so we got half the field, so we're good.
Yeah, that's the top half, I think.
All right, so we're going to start with Rebob for the Legacy series. Your top 5 out of
Oh shit.
that.
I really had no idea with this one. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think season 22 Closeness Conquest participants are definitely in there. They're pretty terrifying. The Diamond 5, I think, are a very strong team. I'm going to put F2L White because I think we're pretty good. Not biased whatsoever.
Tom Carter.
You know, we're unchanged and we made the finals last time, so hopefully that means we're good. And then 2 remaining. I think I put Zilfs in there. It's not that far off a team that literally have won the title before. If they have a good season, they're a pretty scary squad. And finally, IDK. IDK are pretty scary.
Skirt.
All right, I'd say How I Met Your is definitely in the top 5 for me. Season 22 closed list conquest participants is also up there. That's a colon close parentheses definitely. That is not a very fun seed, or not a very fun team to be playing against, particularly in the first 2 seeds. That does not look like a good time. I'd say the Diamond 5 as well as F2L White. And then I was also flip-flopping between a couple teams as well as Hot Zilfs. So that's 6, but I think they belong in there too. I just couldn't quite decide on who. And then I will also give a shout out to the Slaw Bunnies for no particular reason.
Paid
I know you want to say it again. Just do it.
Slaw Bunnies nuts.
There we go.
All right, Bone Masher, your top 5 or 6 or 7.
My top 5 of no particular order. Colon closed parentheses. I think they're pretty strong. IDK, F2L, the Justins team, and my 5th. I'm actually going to put School of Fish.
There you
I
go.
think they'll be knocking on the door this season. That's my 5.
That's the 5. All right, so that pretty much finishes off our hero series and our legacy series reveals. So I want to thank the panel for helping me out and hopefully having some fun elaborating on the teams and checking out the art that some teams have done. So appreciate you guys. Any final words before we move on?
No, but I think Skirt's got something that he wants to close out with.
Okay.
Hey, yo. Well, first of all, on a serious note, I will say that both these series are really, really cracked this year, or this season. Hero and Legacy are just like giga stacked with teams that are ridiculous. So this is going to be a really hard season, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with 4 conferences and Legacy. That's kind of fun. That should be pretty cool.
Yeah, gonna throw
But-
a bit out.
Yeah, but anyways, I do have to say, skirt.
And Bone Masher.
I think it's going to be a pretty fun season. A lot of really strong teams in there, with less teams making playoffs this season compared to last season across a lot of these series. I think that's going to make the competition pretty fierce this season. So interested to see which teams can get to playoffs and try and win that boat.
That's right.
So best of luck to everybody, and hopefully I can win them. I don't care about the rest of you. I just want to vote.
All right, so that closes out for our panel. Just a quick reminder for those that are interested in watching the team reveals tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be myself, Geranium Battle, Mighty, and NL Bouncy Night. So 2 of the players from the finals of last season. So they're going to be joining me to introduce the 8 teams for the team reveal itself. So if you're not busy at 3 o'clock, come join us then. That is pretty much wrapping us out tonight. So again, the season will start on Monday the 8th. So things are coming fast and furious.
AKA 3 days' time.
That's right. Not 1, not 2, but 3. So get ready.
Open some packs.
That's right. Open your pack, Skirt.
Don't worry. I have all weekend. There's
There you
no
go.
way I don't get it done.
Good. No new cards. Pick one.
Yep. Just one new card. That's all you get to play. So
Oh,
So pick it wisely.
yeah.
oh God.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, viewers. We'll see you later.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Son de Z.